listening to BearatNight podcast with your host, Jurassic Parker.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and non-binary, this is the BearatNight podcast, and I'm your host, Dom, that guy over there, that guy with all the toys, that guy that lives up the street, that guy that cosplays as a superhero from side to side. I'm that guy, I'm him. This is the BearatNight pod. Usually you guys know me from loving Power Rangers and wrestling and Power Rangers and anything under the sun of geekdom, nerdism, all that. One of those favorite loves is DBZ, Dragon Ball Z. Yes, I'm not the biggest anime head like I used to be, but there's a deep passion, deep love for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and just Dragon Ball period. So I had to have somebody who knows so much more than I do, and that can school a lot of people on it. And she goes by the name of Taylor Green, aka BlvckBulma. And I'd like to introduce you guys to BlvckBulma, to BearatNight podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's nice to be here. It's always nice talking to people about Dragon Ball. So thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for joining. And first of all, the name BlvckBulma, the spelling of it caught me. I was like, okay, she about her shit. Because I don't see many people say BlvckBulma or just Bulma period. You know, they don't really give Bulma a lot of credit. You know, but I mean, I dig that about you. Like, you know, you give her your props. So the people who out there who's gonna listen to this, see this later, who is BlvckBulma?
So, of course, BlvckBulma is essentially me. I am just a Black woman who loves talking about Dragon Ball, and Bulma is very influential. She's very iconic. So I decided to adapt the name of Bulma into my brand, as well as me being a Black woman. And that's kind of how I came up with the name BlvckBulma, pretty much. So it's just me talking about Dragon Ball with people and my fans and people who enjoy it same as I do.
That's what's up. I like that. I just had to bring this out because I knew you was gonna be on the show, so I had a rep for you. You know, I knew you was gonna be here.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite right here. I had to get this from China. Just got this because this guy off the guy off of Marketplace was not giving it up. So I had to get it. Put him over here. But I'm a toy collector, so I see you have a bit of a collection yourself in the background, you know. So I mean, it's kind of cool to see that you have your own stash and stuff. Like I think you showed online. I wasn't sure if it was yours or not. It was like a basement full of DBZ stuff. Was that yours or no? Or that was somebody else's?
No, that was someone else.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, hey, she's really into it. She's deep in the rabbit hole. But nonetheless, I mean, love that you're a DBZ fan. How old were you when you got into Dragon Ball? Like, what sparked the interest?
I kind of grew up watching it, to be honest. It was really something that I just kind of enjoyed. Well, to be honest, I always tell people, like, I didn't necessarily grow up watching Dragon Ball. I grew up watching anime.
Right.
Dragon Ball just so happened to be like one of those type of things that I watched growing up. So I watched Naruto, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, all those animes that kind of came up around that time. You know what I mean? Like, it was mainly something that I grew up watching. I kind of love the series more so. I love the series more so like as an adult, because I grew up watching Goku go Super Saiyan and things like that. That was like something that I it was a part of my childhood watching Goku finally go Super Saiyan and things like that.
Yes.
And so yeah, it was kind of something I grew up watching. And then I grew a big love for it as I became an adult, and I made an entire brand out of it, which is and now I have like a whole community of people that just kind of love what I do and talking about it. So my love for Dragon Ball spans out to making something that kind of keeps this. I feel like it's not like my responsibility, but it's like something I do to like keep the Dragon Ball name alive. Like I feel like I'm just one person that just attempts to try to keep Dragon Ball alive because it is such a great series, even though it is still running. I
Right.
think that I'm one of those people that actually help people. Like there's been so many people in my DMs that'll tell me like, yeah, like I haven't watched Dragon Ball since I was a little kid, or like you bring back memories, or I'm gonna
Hmm.
watch the series. So pretty much like me growing up watching it and then loving it as an adult, all that mixed together is kind of like how I got to where I am today, to be honest.
You know what? That is. I like how you. Yeah, I totally agree with you, and the fact I like how you took something from nothing. Type of thing. Like you use what you love to get you where you are now. Something that you know about, and you have a passion for, a heart for it. So, and the way you are right now with it. I look at, as you say that, with the with some people hitting you up and talking to you about I haven't seen it since I was a kid or whatever. It reminds me of wrestling with DBZ. Like people haven't watched it since they were a kid. Like, they only watched Dragon Ball Z back when Frieza, the Cell games and everything else, but they haven't seen it since. So, I consecrated to like how people are like, I only remember watching wrestling during the Attitude Era, so they don't know nothing about Super. They don't know anything about Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. So it's like similar areas. And I remember being a kid, like watching DBZ. Well, I remember watching just Dragon Ball when it first came out on UPN. That's how I got introduced to it. But like Dragon Ball was like the first type of series where it was like the show was called, like, the name episodic really made sense, because every episode you're going to school the next day, it's like, did you see it? But the whole time, the whole episode is you're watching this man make a spirit bomb through one episode. He ain't going nowhere. He's just there, still just talking to himself or whatever. You see everything happen around him, but essentially he's still building the spirit bomb, and it's just the whole episode. But yet the dialogue, the music, and everything else is still grabbing you, and you love it, every bit of it, and you're talking to your friends about it the next day. So that was like episodic is definitely a Dragon Ball Z thing. I feel like Dragon Ball don't get enough credit because that was the gate. I feel like that was a gateway to a lot of people being in love with anime too at times.
Very much, yeah. I mean, it was definitely a anime that a lot of people grew up on, especially millennials,
Right.
and things like that. So I think that Dragon Ball does get the credit it deserves, but because there's so much anime coming out now with better graphics,
Yeah.
different storytellings, and it's just like, what I mean, people like what they like. I'm not the type of person that tells people that you need to like Dragon Ball. The only thing I ask is that you respect its legacy
Exactly.
and understand its impact on fiction. I don't even just say anime. I say respect the legacy and understand its impact on fiction, because Dragon Ball has not only impacted just anime, it's impacted a lot of things that creators have done in literal fiction. So that's the reason why it's just like when I see people say, "Oh, Dragon Ball sucks, it fell off," all these new gen anime are better than it. It's just kind of, you know what I mean? Like it kind of hits me in the feels a little bit, because as someone who grew up watching it, like it made my childhood. Like, of course we grow up and we like new things, you know what I mean? Like you as a little boy, you could have had like a favorite teddy bear, but now you like grown up, you're a businessman. You're not gonna walk around with a teddy bear no more, but it's still a part of your childhood and signifies something that is a memory for you when you were a little boy or a little girl or something like that. So that's how I look at Dragon Ball. Even though it still is a reoccurring series right now, it's
Right.
still very impactful because of how many years, decades even, that it has been shown, and the amount of content is given to us in anime.
Yeah, even in fashion, even fashion gave us stuff too. Like, I'm not sure, how old are you right now? Like, if you don't mind me asking.
It's fine. I'm 30.
30. Okay, so I'm God, it was a few years older.
Yeah.
So, but like 38. So at the time, I remember like the people walking around with the Dragon Ball Z like button ups.
Mm-hmm.
They were walking around with that. Like, it was everywhere. Like, people had Dragon Ball Z t-shirts, like all the Dragon Ball Z merch just on them on a regular basis. I still saw somebody last night at Subway with a Dragon Ball Z hoodie, and he was an older guy. So it's still out there. People still rock it. People still love the show. It's just, I think it's such an ingrained series in pop culture. Like, it's right up there with Homer Simpson and Family Guy. It's just there. So especially when you say when you mention about other people being disrespectful or whatever to Dragon Ball, like I saw, what was it, the people like Inuyasha and Bleach and everything, but they like to, if you're watching Dragon Ball Z, that's not real anime, that's not real this and that. Like, what do you say to those people, like, that just like don't give it a fair?
I think that I really pretty much, I don't like, to be honest, I'm not a whole crusader that goes around like, if you are not a Dragon Ball fan and you don't really typically like it, that's just kind of like your preference. Like, I'm not going to force someone to like Dragon Ball, but if you are in my presence, if you're in my presence, or you're talking to me and you're going to blatantly disrespect Dragon Ball, like, I'm going to have to check you. But if you're like say for instance, I've just done 2 videos reacting to people who are at cons dressed in new gen anime, saying that Dragon Ball sucks, the big 3 sucks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not that I like, even if you watch the videos, I'm not necessarily telling them not to like Dragon Ball. I'm just explaining how you saying that these arcs suck and that we need to throw them in the trash. Your logic is very flawed, because you wouldn't even be wearing the things you're wearing or watching the anime you're watching if it wasn't for the big 3 giving you the blueprint for a lot of the aspects of plot that you see today. Like, some people say Demon Slayers, it gets ideas from Bleach. Some people say that JJK gets ideas from Naruto. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to throw away these huge iconic anime that has impacted fiction, Dragon Ball aside, it's just, it really doesn't make no sense when your little anime, even your own mangaka has given credit to the OG mangakas like a Toriyama or Oda,
right?
All of those iconic mangakas who have made these series and mangas that give the blueprint for JJKs and Black Clovers and My Heroes and things like that. So that's the only thing I'll say. I'll just say respect the OGs, but
yes,
like what you like as a Gen X or Gen Z, but give respect to the OGs, because
exactly
they walk so that these new anime right now could run, to be honest.
Preach. I clap to that. Yes. You said it. Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, you did it right there. So when it comes to the DBZ stuff and other animes, we see that we have adaptations like the new shows that's coming out right now that's adapted, in recent animes that are doing pretty good too. That looks good. With the last DBZ movie that we had,
Superhero.
No, sorry. The last live action that we had.
Oh, what, Evolution?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Yeah. It holds a special place in my heart, right there with the last Airbender. do you think Dragon Ball can be done better now as a live action, as either as a series or as a movie? Because there's so much lore into it.
Yeah. And I think that's a really great question. With the technology of AI, as well as like we're living in an era with way better graphic technologies,
right?
Even developers being able to animate things and make things so real that you wouldn't even know to tell the difference between CGI and if a person is actually doing it. So I think that like evolution came out at a time where like special effects and making characters look like the true character wasn't. We wouldn't have that technology. That's the reason why evolution failed so much. Like, I'm sure they didn't have the money, the budget, or the technology to make it look the way it looked. But the way technology now is in 2024, I'm pretty sure if they can make One Piece look like looks, I'm sure you can find some characters. See, the only reason why I'm not going to finish this sentence is because I'm not pro live action. I've never liked any. I do not believe there's any good live actions. I watched the whole entire of the whole entirety of the One Piece live action, and while I thought it was good, it wasn't. It just wasn't it for me. Like, it just wasn't. And I watched One Piece. Like, I've actually watched One Piece, and it's like, they did a good job, but I just don't ever think you should be turning anime into live action unless it's like a life or something. But something as predominantly combat, like Dragon Ball and action power-ups, you would have to get the most I guess specific details to show off. Like, you can't have Goku going Super Saiyan and he just doesn't look right, or like I can't imagine Goku sounding like nobody but Sean Schemmel, or Vegeta's not sounding like Chris Sabat or Sonny Strait for Krillin. Like, I can't. That's what pulls it apart. It's like watching caricatures make examples of real life events. You know what I mean? Of anime. It just does. That's why Cowboy Bebop fell out. That's why they talk about Death Note in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And now they got Yu Yu Hakusho, which failed. It's just like, I feel like right now we're in an era where nobody has no good ideas. So now it's like we want to kind of just bring anime to life. And it's failing, and it's literally failing every single time. I always say this about One Piece. The only reason why it even was afloat is because they literally poured millions of dollars into that.
Yeah.
That's like, if they only had like $100,000, $200,000 budget, it would be like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Corny, cheesy, dumb. People were pointing out that when Zoro was flipping, his sword was bending. It was just like, I'm like nay on the live action. Anime should be anime, movies should be movies.
Right.
I don't think they should make a Dragon Ball live action. I will go see it just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Like I kind of already know that it's gonna fail, to be honest.
I mean, with Dragon Ball, it's just like there's so much stuff they will try to like ground in reality to try to make it make sense that it won't work. It's just you gotta try to find some type of physics around, like, oh, how's this power up is happening? Like, how does this person have a tail? How does this person gain Super Saiyan abilities and stuff? And they would leave the Super Saiyan abilities to like the very end of the show or movie as like a superhero suit or something, just like upgrade, to defeat the boss, and you only see it for like maybe 5 minutes, It also goes with the story too, because even Evolution's story was off. I watched the bootleg, and I still wanted my money back. Yeah, I still wanted my money back, even though I watched the bootleg at the time. But I mean, I feel like maybe you could get away with how they do Avatar, the blue people, whatever. In that way, like, it's still animation, it's still CGI, but you can get away with a little bit because it's not, you have people with motion capture.
I mean, you have to think about how specific Dragon Ball fans are. They don't want anything messed up. Like Dragon Ball fans, as long as I've known them, as long as I've been a content creator and a fan of the series, Dragon Ball fans, they are right now mad at Toyotaro, who is the current manga artist for the current manga. They are mad because Toyotaro missed drawing Gohan's pupils for his beast form. Literally, they are pointing out that Toyotaro, when the new chapter comes out tomorrow, they have pointed out that Toyotaro mistakenly didn't draw Gohan's pupils.
Wow.
In the manga. This is the reason why I'm saying is like you have to be careful with certain fan bases because if you're going to execute something, you best believe they're going to be harsh critics. They look at every detail, every wording, every saying, everything. Like they're going to go deep dive. They're gonna look up the definition of certain things and try to build a whole theory behind it. That is how passionate Dragon Ball fans are. So when you make when you make a live action movie about Dragon Ball, they're gonna ask, is it canon? What timeline is it placed in? How strong is Goku? Where is this person? Does they have God Ki? Is this, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's so. That's what I'm saying. Dragon Ball fans are so specific.
I think that's with any fandom though.
That's not as bad as Dragon Ball fans. You gotta admit they're not as bad as Dragon Ball. The only ones that I can say is probably that bad is, I mean, I don't know, maybe like new gen animes, but I've never seen somebody so hung up on power scaling or having specifics in an anime as Dragon Ball. And I've been in other anime spaces, but I've never seen people as triggered as when you mess up something in Dragon Ball. That we are like when in the superhero movie where Goku didn't fucking know about meditating. I was mad about that because like we've seen Goku meditate for all majority of his life. So for Goku not to understand what meditation is when Vegeta mentioned it, it was like, it's like you making him dumber than he's already being presented to be. So
I get what you're saying, but I feel like any genre is like, this is why I can never be. I always try to be like I like a little bit of everything, because I feel like if I put so much more into one thing, I might end up being like, what episode was this in? What color is this? Not the right color of the pants that he had in the show. I feel like I'll be really in depth into that and take away from the funness of the product. And you know, I feel like, you know, because I mean, you got Star Wars fans that can be horrible if they want to be. You know, Power Ranger fans, wrestling fans. I think everybody can do the same, be as bad as, you know, the next person when it comes to fandom. If you really put yourself in all of it, like if that's all you know, that's all you live, like it can be dangerous for your health, because that's all you're gonna think about, you know. And
absolutely,
you know, you give out those death threats to people, the creators and all that stuff. That's crazy. I didn't know that about the pupils. That's taking it over. That's over there. I never thought I'd hear something like that.
That's what happens.
So what is your favorite character from Dragon Ball though? Who is your favorite character?
Goku.
You don't think he's a bad father?
I feel like I am failing. That should be something everybody. I need to talk about Goku more. I need when people see me, when people see Black, I need you to automatically know I got this man tattooed on me, literally.
Oh, this is
entire tattoo of this man. I need when you see me, I need you to understand that Goku is the top dog. Like, he is my favorite character. It's never going to change. I am going to get him on my tombstone. Okay? Like, Goku is that dude. He is the goat. Okay? So, I have to fight tooth and nail for this.
So how do you feel about the bad father jokes?
I mean, after a while, like, it's just like I can't fight every single person who calls him a bad dad. If you think he's a bad dad, then I'm done for that. Like, in my earlier content creating years, like I would definitely like defend him, but right now it's just a little bit too it's just too much. It's a joke now.
Yeah.
And like I'm not the type of person that's gonna like end the joke. You know what I mean? Like if people want to joke about it, like I'm not like the person like, no, you can't think that. If you want to think he a bad, but if you actually want to debate me on that, you will lose. I mean, if like I'm not going to go in a room where people call him a bad dad and just be like, I might make a comment, but I'm not going to ruin the fun. Like I know Debbie Downer.
Okay, so
But,
part of
like,
me wants to debate this, just to want to see you a little bit, but then I'm kind of scared to do it too at the same time.
I just don't. I'm tired of talking about this. I don't even debate no more. People think he a bad dad. That's just it's
I love Goku because yeah, he loves to fight. He's like the Brock Lesnar of things because he just loves to fight. You know, that's his thing. He loves the competition. That's his thing. But he loves his family. You know, he loves his friends and family. That's what he feeds off. You know, is them being around and their happiness and stuff. That makes him happy. You know, so I give him that. Like that's what I love about him. But I think, you know, it's just a little contrast because yeah, he'll train, you know, the hyperbolic time chamber for like as long as he can, you know, and he'll come out, his kids are all grown, you know, but he'll still feel as happy, like, oh wow, okay, that's cool. Man, what else is going on? Y'all hungry?
I mean, kids grow. What can you
yeah,
do?
that's exactly what he's gonna say. Oh wow, okay. Kids grow. All right, let's go on. Let's go on with the day. You know, that'd be just how you feel. Now, when I was growing up, like wise, like it wasn't cool to be a nerd. It wasn't like really the coolest thing to be a nerd. Like,
True.
especially being a black nerd. You know, I joke about this a lot. Especially if I go to certain places, even jobs and stuff. Like, I used to hold back showing my nerdy side until I found out who's into what, you know. Especially if you're growing up, guys and girls, especially if you're black, especially you didn't see a lot of girls, a lot of black girls into anime and stuff. So it's like when you see yourself, when I see somebody, okay, we took the Band-Aid off. Okay, when I see somebody like you, right, like yourself, coming around loving anime and stuff, it's like, where was the black women at when I was in high school and all that? Where were they hiding? Like, because trust me, I try to get my nieces and them into anime early. You know, so you're gonna be one of us one day. You gonna, you know, get them into anime and stuff. Some they like here and there, whatever. But it wasn't like the biggest thing. Well, now, like I would say, probably like the last maybe 10, 15 years, more people are coming out, you know, of the woodwork. Now it's being more themselves, I would say.
So the thing with anime was very popularized and very targeted for teen boys. Literally, the target for anime was always teen boys. That's why you'll see a majority of anime is very much sexualized or playing on things that teen boys would like. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and another thing is that a majority of men were the ones who kind of were more out about anime than girls were. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't any girls who liked anime. It's just that back in the day, whether you were a girl or a boy, you were going to get bullied about anime, whether you liked it or not. You know, a nerd or getting good at anything of that nature, you were going to get bullied. But because the times are changing and we're in the era of TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, we have made nerdy things more popularized by just celebrating it and just, you know, coming out and liking it. I've always known nerdy women my entire life. Like, I've always known other women who loved anime and not necessarily like shonen anime, but like it could be anything like a shoujo, seinen, or slice of life, or anything like that. It's just anime, you know what I mean? But women are coming out more because the anime is more celebrated. So when you create a space where now people are loving anime, you're going to get those people who were secretive about it come out more, because it's like, oh, I don't have to hide anymore. I don't have to you know, hide who I really am. I can, you know, wear my anime socks or do things like that. So that's why a lot of men are surprised when they see women like me, that's a black woman or woman period, talking about anime because I've always loved anime. Like I've always loved anime since I was a little girl. I didn't just start liking it when I became a content creator. Like
Oh yeah.
it was something I've loved all my life, and I'm pretty sure my story I share with other multiple women who like it. The problem is that men are the ones that are demonizing women for like because it's like the common thing I see is, oh, where were you at when I was getting bullied, or where were you at? You know what I mean? It's like we were supposed to be their saviors from the bullies. It's just like we were supposed to be their heroes. It's like
right.
We were all victims. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like I think men think that they were all alone when it came to watching anime, when that's actually not the case. It's just women were may have been a little bit more secretive about it because anime was more popularized by boys than it was for girls. So that's the reason why now it's celebrated, because we're in a more comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You know, people are getting paid, monetizing, making content, have brands for anime now. Even cosplaying now is more popular than it's ever been. Imagine making videos about you dressed like a JoJo character in the early 2000s.
Exactly.
You were not going to get the same amount of you're not going to get the same amount of love that you get today as you I mean you're not going to get the same amount of love that you get today as you would have gotten maybe back in the day, not have liked that. So that's kind of like my logic on it.
Yeah, I feel like when I was just like never got beat up about it. That was but it's just like what is it? Try to hide. Like, could you try to be cool when you're in high school? Try to blend in, try to be like everybody else. But yeah, I will go home and watch my stuff, you know. But it wasn't when I started going to college. That's when I started meeting more people like me, like, just into the same thing. And it's like, oh, you like this? You like this? And I didn't know anything about conventions and nothing. And then you start hanging with people that go to those things and start, you know, I started hanging around with my old street guys, whatever, you know, just because I found new friends. I started nerdy friends, like just like me and everything, guys and girls, you know, and they were all into it. Video games, the animes, all the superhero stuff, everything. I think once you find your friends, you find your people, your tribe.
True.
You know,
very true.
It all comes together after, and you just don't look back after. You know, you just don't. And then it opens a gateway to other groups too, other different people are into the same thing. That's why you end up being friends with so many people when you go to cons and stuff. Like everybody's enjoying the same thing. Like I always tell people, when you go to a con, for me, I have never seen a sad face at a convention because everybody's themselves.
Well, yeah, you're around people that you're comfortable with. You're around people that like that's how I am. Like when I do my lives, or when I'm even in my Discord, or when I just did a movie night 2 days ago, or no, what's the day? I think that was Saturday we did that. And you're just hanging with people that you have a common interest with. Like when you're around people that you have a common interest with, you feel comfortable, opposed to being in an area where people are just going to side eye you for the things that you talk about or the things that you do. So I am lucky enough to have now created a space over a certain period of time that when I want to talk about something I enjoy, I get a bunch of people who also enjoy it want to come speak to me about it. That's not something that was easy to do, but it's something that is now done. And I have a community, and I have a bunch of followers who, love and just love the series with me. And I just I truly appreciate being able to be accompanied by so many people who love Dragon Ball same as me. So, and it's a very enlightening experience.
Have you been challenged about your knowledge and stuff? Like, how with certain people, like, oh, she don't know everything, or, like, because you're a girl, and something like to be sexist, like, oh, she's a girl, she don't know everything, she can't know this and that.
Trust me, that I have been challenged. I have been challenged multiple times.
Really?
Because I'm a girl, because I'm attractive, because people think that I'm doing this for. People think that There was this one point in time. I don't know who spread this rumor, but there was one point in time where people said that I had a boyfriend who was spreading me information, giving me notes and information when I was making posts. I was just like, who is this imaginary guy? It's like people were spreading so much propaganda because they just couldn't believe that there's this woman, let alone a black woman who likes Dragon Ball, and she's a Goku fan, and she has a brand, and is successful, and she's getting paid. You know what I mean? It's like it's just mind blowing. So of course I still get challenged today when I say certain things. I'm always challenged when I'm in certain spaces. I'm always challenged, especially by men. I will say during my almost 3.5 years being a content creator, I've never had any issues with a woman ever coming to try to challenge me or
that's awesome.
Try to think that I'm doing things. It's always the men. And of course that comes with the territory when a woman comes into a man's space and she knows what she's talking about, especially when I've actually embarrassed a couple men who thought they knew what they were talking about and they didn't. Typically some people don't do the research. So it's like the thing with me is that I'm getting paid. So if I'm getting paid and I'm putting information out there, I'm going to do the research and I'm going to make sure that I'm giving accurate information. A lot of these people go on Reddit and Quora chats and get all their facts and points off of random fans and think that they know what they're doing. So then when I challenge them and I try to give them the right information, then the topic goes with, I'm a girl. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then I just leave because then it becomes sexist and I just don't feel like going into that situation.
I mean, it shouldn't be like, well, you're a girl, so you don't know or whatever. That should be the end result of your rebuttal. You know, it should be a respect. Like, okay, she knows her stuff. Like, leave it at that. I don't think the gender should be a qualification to knowing or, being a part of a genre. It shouldn't be a thing, a fandom, It should be a thing.
It's the passion for it. Some people, it's some people that are anime fans, and there are some people that are anime fans. You see the difference in tone. Some people who this is everything for them.
That's what I'm saying. You get yourself so much involved in one thing, and that's all you want to know about and think about, and you don't see nothing else outside. This is how it should be. Like, that's why you can't be just like a little bit of everything, just indulge in a little bit of everything. Like, open the window, get some air, like, see this is a whole different world here, see, like, but the fact that you're doing this and you're able to make a living off of it, and you're getting people that's like-minded, I think that's really dope to see, because like one of the reasons why me having you on is I get to show my nieces, so I love seeing Black women doing something for themselves, and it's something positive. It is something beautiful that they love what they do. And like I said, it's showing my nieces. Like, I have, my youngest niece is 15 now, like 14. And, she, being able to show her, like, look, she's just like you, what I'm saying? She likes what she likes. She's into her stuff, and look what she's doing. Like, because I love to show my nieces and my nephew, like, you don't have to go a certain path like everybody else to accomplish a goal, to be happy, whatever. Still do the right things, don't be doing the Robert Banks or nothing, but you still can make a living. You still can have fun with life and enjoy yourself and love what you do, find a passion. And I just love that, see yourself, and I got a couple other friends of mine, a few of my friends that are doing things big that I can show them. I don't have kids of my own, so it's just like I can show my nieces and like, look at them. And it's dope to show that. It's like you're a great role model for young girls.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I love talking about Dragon Ball, but my overall point, and I tell this to every podcast, is I hope to make an impact to let people know that if you have a thought or an idea, or you have anything that you want to do, I say go ahead and do it. You only really live one life, and if you are if you're passionate about something and you want to show the world, or you just want to do it as a hobby, or you want to try to get paid for it, I always tell people just go ahead and do it. BlvckBulma started as an idea, like literally a thought, a thought in my head.
Right.
And now I have hundreds of thousands of people who know me. I've talked to celebrities. I've been recognized by voice actors and even just my community period who just wait for my content to drop every single day. Is just off of a simple thought that I sat and was like, I want to talk about Dragon Ball and I want to make a brand out of it. And I did it and it worked. So that's why I see so many people who are just so discouraged sometimes, because being a content creator is a little bit saturated. But
Yeah.
I always make the example that it's 100,000 red lipsticks, but it just depends on how you present it, how you do it, how you show the world why is your red lipstick different from the hundreds of thousands of red lipsticks that are out there. You know what I mean? So
I love that analogy. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in that, actually. I'm just saying. I'm like, still
Spread the word. Spread the word.
I might mess it up. It's like, it's 100 purple lipsticks outside. It's like, that's how you make it grow. I think that's how it goes. But like I said, though, it's great to see that. Like, I just love seeing folks make content and it's doing things great, and they made their own lane. You made your own lane. Yeah. It is dope to see. Like, what do your family think? Of you're doing. Like, I know they had to be like, proud of you. Like, just you're doing your own thing. You're not following nobody's rules but yours.
My family is very proud of me. I'm a twin, and my twin brother has
really,
yeah,
awesome.
He's not as on social media as I am, but he is in full support of me. He's been with me through everything. My older brother, who actually put me onto anime, he's also a really big supporter of me. My parents are older, so they don't really know what I'm doing, but they know like I have a huge social media presence, and they know that I have a lot of followers and things like that. But my family overall are supportive, and they love what I'm doing, and just all a bunch of positive feedback. You know what I mean? Like, just doing what I do. And of course, my daughter, who absolutely loves she tells her friends all the time about like her mom liking Corey Kenshin, and this is like me as a I'm a daughter. I obviously have parents. Like, my mom wasn't no content creator talking.
Yeah.
So you can understand how cool it is when you have like a mother who like has anime stuff and Kingdom Hearts and
of course
plays video games and stuff. It's kind of like having like a sister or like a friend that likes cool anime stuff just like you. So that's kind of why I love being a mom, because she looks at me and thinks how cool I am, and stuff like that. So it's a couple benefits to being a nerdy mom. So
I have two. I call them my favorite nerdy couple, husband and wife. And they're married. They have their son, and I call him an X-Men baby because he's like 5 years old, but he looks like he's 12. Like and I love them to death because they're a nerdy couple. They're they got everything hooked up in the house. The streaming going on. They got the PlayStation going on. They got everything hooked up. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want one day. This is dope. Everybody's wearing a graphic t-shirts. It's dope. It's a dope atmosphere. It really is. Just seeing that you have that going on that makes me smile, because it's like you got that going, and it's dope to hear. It is another thing.
I feel like we just never really grow up. I was just kind of talking about this. We never really grow up. Like me, I work a career. I literally went to college for 3.5 years to work in a career that I'm in right now. And when I tell you, when I get paid, like, I just feel like I'm living my childhood dream. I can buy games that I would wait for my parents to buy. I can buy systems that I had to wait for my, I can buy. It's just like, you're still a child. When I get paid, I want to buy Funko Pops and anime games and video games and stuff like that. Things.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree.
You
I,
just buy
I totally agree. I cannot say I don't know what you mean at all.
Yeah,
And this is just a room. This is just my room for this stuff. So, I get it. I definitely get it. I like, what is it? If you notice, I think it was an article a while back. They were talking about the amount of people going to Disney. They're all grown-ups. Is less kids, is more grown-ups. And why? Because we never really grew up, and we couldn't afford to go to Disney and all those things when we were kids. We always seen a commercial. What are you doing after the Super Bowl? I'm going to Disney World. We all wanted to go. Now we're going, and I feel like even like things like, the Nintendo Land and all that, like they're catering to us more than the younger kids. They're going for our nostalgia more than anything because we got the big kid money now. So
there's certain games that even come out that a lot of people will say like, oh, you younger generation, like y'all wasn't like. I always use Kingdom Hearts as an example because Kingdom Hearts is a game that when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, it was to satisfy a lot of millennials who was waiting for the next people after 2. So I mean, to me, Kingdom Hearts 3 was a failure, but it was still like that build up to it coming out, because as a millennial still waiting for the game to come out, it's just like, it's satisfying that child that's still inside of it. So it's like, that's why I said specifically because I'm a millennial. So it's like a lot of things that are being recreated today. It's like when you watch it prior, it's really not the same, but you still hope that it would be, because as a child you were hoping to have that. You know what I mean? So like we really never grow up, and I don't think I'll ever grow up. I feel like I am an adult, but I don't feel like an adult because I still love the things that I love,
And I can tell that you're a Kingdom Hearts fan because I've been noticing that Keyblade behind you the whole time. Yeah. As soon as I saw it, like, oh boy, she's one of those.
I'm one of those. I even have it tattooed on me. One thing about me, I get everything. I told you, I have adult money now. I have adult.
You got your adult money, yeah.
I have adult money. I'm going to get things that necessarily real adults would get. So I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I have to get a Keyblade tattooed on me. Like, I feel like that is, if I do not get a Keyblade tattooed on me, I'm not living my life. So
my best friend is a huge fan of that, and he's been telling me for years about it. I need to get on the game. Can get on the game. Any little news he hears, shout out to Raymond. Every time he hears some type of news about that game, he's going crazy over it. He has a Keyblade tattoo as well, all that stuff. So I still haven't gotten myself into it. I don't know. I think the artwork is great. I love the designs of everybody. It looks dope to me. But I just never got into it. I don't know why. Just didn't hit me.
Grow up with it. It's fine, but yeah.
So now when you say adult, we got the adult money now. What's the most adult money thing that you spent on, like that you have?
I tend to every time I get paid, I have to buy one thing Dragon Ball. It's not like expensive because I don't really buy big ticket items. Like the next thing that I'm gonna buy with my adult money is I want to get a Vegeta tattoo. Like I have been wanting to get this Vegeta Ultra Ego tattoo so long, for like 2 years now. So I'm probably gonna try to at least get that before the end of 2024. But every time I get paid, I have to buy like some type of Dragon Ball merch. So I'll go to like Hot Topic or Walmart or anything like AliExpress. One thing about me is I have it. Like you can't come into my room and you have to be an anime fan to come into my room because I have so much Dragon Ball merch and I get so much merch sent to me from like so many that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why I love what I do, because I get so many people who just want to send me stuff and I get so excited. I try to stay calm, but I get so excited when people send me stuff. Like that's how I make videos. Like because it's like you want to send me Dragon Ball, like these amazing pictures I have right here
Yes.
to me by Al. His name's Alex. His company is a Trip Design Studio. In the pictures was, he just sent them to me. He didn't even say you had to promo it.
Wow.
He didn't ask me to promo it. He said, I want to send you my art. And who am I? And I believe he lives in Australia. So
wow.
he sent me these from Australia. So it's like, for you to want to send me Dragon Ball art from Australia just because you love what I do, it's just I had to make a video for him and try to get him some customers and things like that.
It's really done. I'm looking at it too.
Yeah, and I even went on a previous podcast and they sent me this. I don't know if you could see Goku over there. It's when he
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did the Spirit Bomb. And that was just like it was Red Sun Anime Podcast, and they sent me this amazing big Goku figure when I saw it, and that was around Christmas. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's just it's amazing that I get to be able to get amazing gifts from people who just simply just love the series like I do, and we can just celebrate together and talk about it and just love what we do, because like I said, like I'm not special. I'm like everybody else who, when we were younger, we wanted to do what we're doing right now. We wanted to find spaces where we can nerd out about Dragon Ball and anime with people, because it's like we couldn't find each other because clearly social media wasn't that popular back then.
That's true.
But now that it's so much more advanced and popular now, I have met like hundreds of people who just love the series like I do, and I definitely appreciate that.
So have you gone to cons anytime or over the years, or
how's
that?
I have not been to any cons, unfortunately, because I'm so busy. I do plan on trying to go to at least one con this year. My hopes is to try to go to KamehaCon. I think their tickets might be sold out. I don't know. It's either KamehaCon or DreamCon. One of those.
Okay.
I'm hoping that it's mainly in Texas, but I'm gonna try to go to one con this year.
And if you can't, there's also BlvckCon as well too. Just saying. Yeah. That's what I'm hitting for this year for sure.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to make it to at least one con and try to, mingle with people. I know a lot of people want to see me in person. Some people don't even believe I exist. So
yeah, because if you don't go, they only think you're just gonna be like, what's his name from Kim Possible? You just in one room. That's all they gonna know you from, and that's all they gonna remember. They see you in person. I need to see the background behind you, the mic in front of you. That's the only way I know is you.
I'm like AI or something.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm just like I tell people I'm just an extreme introvert. I've always been an introvert my entire life.
But if you talk about your Dragon Ball Z stuff, dude, you would get your fix at a con.
I know.
You would get some. You get some stuff at the low.
I be seeing it, especially I wanna buy and get a signed Dragon Ball art from Ozzy Oz the Virus. I don't know if you know who he is. I love his name. You gotta look him up. His name is Ozzy the Virus.
Dude, there's so much artwork that I think you will love at these cons that you can't really find online. It is beautiful, like beautifully done, and you would eat it up. And a lot of these the vendors, they go to a lot at the same time, so they go back and forth. So
yeah,
like I said, you won't have to look too far when you're gonna want to buy some stuff. You go to a con, you'll get your money's worth. Just saying.
Gotta bring like a couple vans with me then, I guess. I mean, I still gotta get on a flight, so I can't buy too much stuff.
That's true, but this is what I learned, like especially when I went to Florida. I didn't have to do it, but the plan was if I buy too much stuff, FedEx it to my house. That way, when I get home, it's already there, or it's coming the next day. Yeah. That way, you don't have to worry about it. You good? It's already. You got to go into you. You good? That's what you might have to do. But
especially if I go to KamehaCon, I know they're gonna have a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, you'll be stuffed with. Yeah, bring a lot of money. Just it's a good grip. Just bring everything in your savings account. Just everything. Because sometimes like I find myself when I go to cons sometimes, and I'm liking so much stuff, and I'm buying this, I'm buying that, and then at the end of the day, when I'm on my ride home, I'm realizing in my head how much I spent. I was like, dang, I don't think I needed that. Oh, dang, did I really need that one? But then I get home and I look at it like, yeah, I needed this. It happens though. But I think you'll have your fix. But also, well, I guess that me. Actually, the next question is, how about you ever doing a Dragon Ball Z cosplay? Whatever happened?
I am not a cosplayer. Y'all, every podcast I am not a cosplayer. I do not cosplay.
It's only because I saw you rock the boots. You had the boots. You was showing off the boots, the Dragon Ball Z boots, and I was like, maybe she might do it one day.
I have the boots. I had the Vegeta boots. But I am not a cosplayer. I when I go to a con, you're gonna see me in green. If it's summertime, I'll put on like a nice
a cosplay inspired outfit.
No. I am gonna be
match the boots. To match the boots, though?
I'm not putting. First of all, them boots are very uncomfortable.
They are.
They are super. I put them on and they are extremely. They're cute.
Oh,
they're actually not even cute. I'm not. I just lied to you right now. They're actually kind of ugly. But I have them simply because they do look like cheetah boots. So I was like,
yeah.
But they're actually kind of ugly, and I would never wear those a day of my life.
So it looks good only on pictures.
On pictures, like if you want to like show the Vegeta boots off, they're cute, but they're actually ugly. They look ugly.
Oh my gosh.
They're actually a sports boot, like motorsports. Like
okay.
That's the type of boot but it has the Vegeta color. So they're very much they're very ugly to me. I would never wear those. So, and I'm not a cosplayer. I will not go outside and cosplay. I will not. I did that. The only time I'll do it is maybe Halloween with my
Halloween. Yeah.
I'm not a. You will see me at a con with maybe a BlvckBulma shirt and some jeans, or I'll wear a skirt or some nice, sandals, or what I'm saying.
Right.
I'll look nice, but I'm not putting on a cosplay. I'm just not a cosplayer. Sorry.
I respect it. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But I'm glad you put it out there that those boots are ugly in person.
They are very ugly.
I did not expect that. I thought they were probably looking. I don't know, for the picture it looked kind of cool. I'm like, oh, that's different.
Cool, but they are ugly.
So where you have them in a box and packed away, or you got them on display?
They are in a box under my bed.
I mean, hey.
I got them Jones and opened them up, and I was like, yeah, they ugly as shit. Sorry.
I mean, it's the honesty that counts, You gotta be honest.
I posted for content though. Like, I mean, it was good for content, but you're never gonna catch me in them Jones.
Okay. Well, now we know. We got that out the way, because I thought, ooh, she might be using those one day. Who might? But
I may tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie.
Okay, I got you. Okay, well, definitely lying about those. Is there any other animes, that you could refer a person that you like other than the Dragon Ball?
Yeah,
for like a newer person that's never been into anime, that's trying to get to figuring out what's the right thing to start off with.
I always say short and sweet. I feel like we live in a time period where people have very short attention spans. I'm not saying everyone has short attention spans, but people draw more into action and light show more than plot. So as much as I see people say, oh, give them One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball, those are not starter animes.
No,
they are not. So you want to give them something like AOT or maybe Vinland Saga or something like. There's one that I love, which is Kaminari of the Iron Fortress. You can recommend Bungo Stray Dogs. You can recommend Rising of the Shield Hero, or even that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Mushoku Tensei is a good one. There's a lot of good anime that are. It has like Mushoku Tensei to me is really, which is Jobless Reincarnation, is a really good starter one because it involves magic and the lore is really good. I didn't really like this recent season, but I will recommend if anybody wants, like, if you like that reincarnation anime, Isekai, Slime, Shield Hero, Jobless Reincarnation, And there's one more I'm looking for. It's what my boy oh, what's his name? He has like this big armor, and he has like this girl that has his damn, what is his name?
I think I know what you're talking
Damn.
about. Wait.
Eins Ulgon. Eins. Forget his name. But if you look up Eins Ulgon, the anime for that, I forget the name. You'll definitely love that one. It's pretty good. So any reincarnated anime, isekai, or maybe JJK, something like that, it's pretty good. JJK animation is simply beautiful. So if you are more into like animation style with like a little bit of martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, JJK is definitely there for you. If you want like blood, demons, JJK Demon Slayer is good for you. If you want magic, accompanied with group activities, Black Clover. If you want like somebody that one shots people, One Punch Man, you know what I mean? It depends on your
True.
You know what I mean? I know people give people like a 5 category list, and Dragon Ball is not one of them. So unfortunately,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put One Piece. Like definitely, it's so many years worth in that show. But yes. Last question. So the with the love of Dragon Ball, like, have you been contacted by anyone from that camp from over there, like from the world of Dragon Ball, like the creators or even the artists or anything?
No, I mean, I don't really know if they're typically reaching out to creators. I don't really know if they are. I don't really see any of the bigger content creators that I know, like Geekdom or Unreal Gaming, who are getting reached out by Toei or Akira Toriyama, or you know what I mean. I don't really see them. They're bigger content creators than I am, so I don't really think they reach out to us. But I have talked to voice actors. I've talked to agents of some of the voice actors, and things like that. Like some people who recognize me as a Dragon Ball content creator, and I would love to meet at certain cons and things like that. So I haven't been directly contacted by like Bandai or Toei or Kira, but if you see this,
hey, no one draft pick. I say no one draft pick for it. I'm just saying. Might as well.
Hit me up, okay? I'll give you 5 minutes. Akira Toriyama, if you ever see this interview, give me 5 minutes of your time. I even get a translator. I'll pay for it. Okay? I got some questions. So, but no, I personally have not been hit up. But I have talked to voice actors. I've talked to many people who love Dragon Ball. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Hey, I love it. I want it to happen. I think it will happen sooner or later. It's gonna happen. You're on the right path right now anyway. So it's only a matter of time. Honestly, you have the knowledge, you have the look, you have the charisma. It's a no-brainer. So you got the tats. You got the name is in itself. Come on now, you got the whole package. I just want to say thank you so much for being here once again, for chatting with us and letting the world get to know you a little bit, and putting us on game with certain things, from the Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z boots that don't fit right, that's ugly in real life. But just being a role model is definitely what I love to know about, what I love to see from you, whatever, like, and hear from you, whatever, and what you're projecting out there too. So you put a lot of positivity out there, and I think everybody loves that. Anybody can respect that, and you're doing it just by you being you. So I mean, definitely grateful for you to be on the show. And I mean, where can people find you? Before I go off on a tangent.
No, number one, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be a role model to anybody who wants to be a content creator, or who just simply loves seeing women talk about anime, or want to support Black people, Black women, Black creators who are just looking to just be just come up in the world and make content. So I'm always here for people who admire me and my content, what I do. And I am found on all social media platforms. BlvckBulma, spelled BlvckBulm, 2 A's. And I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I have my own website, which is literally blackbulma.com. If you literally just put my name in .com, you will be directed to my website. I have a Discord with almost 800 with 800 plus members. So I always encourage people to, if you want to talk to me and be a little bit more interpersonal with me, you can definitely join my Discord. My community is very welcoming, not toxic, and we just have a bunch of fun. We do movie nights. We just kind of vibe in there. So I always just kind of, encourage people to come join my Discord and come, hang out with the gang. So, what I mean?
What are movie nights? Hold up. What's the movie nights like? I'm going to ask you.
Well, we just did one this Saturday where we basically, I host, or either I host or I will have my moderators host. Kind of screen sharing, us just watching a Dragon Ball movie. We might span out of Dragon Ball movies and maybe watch some other anime movies or something like that. But so far, it's just been me hosting and just showing, old Dragon Ball movies, or maybe some superhero. We watched superhero movie before, then we watched the Broly movie. So it's just us kind of in voice chat, just kind of chilling together, eating and just watching a movie together. Just nerds hanging out with nerds. You know what I mean?
I love it. That's awesome. And I mean, the girl's working. This woman's working.
Taking my butt off, okay?
Yo, for real. You working, like, hearing all the stuff that you're doing, and, like, you ran down the list and all that. I was like, yeah, she working out here. She ain't sleeping that time. Where do you sleep?
I will sleep when I am in my mansion with all the money in the world. That is when I sleep. Right now, I'm on a mission.
Yep.
And I'm determined to get everything that I know that I deserve. So that comes with hard work, dedication, discipline, effort, and consistency. And that is what I will tell every single person. Life doesn't come easy to you. You have to go get it. You have to get up. I don't like that saying that, if it's meant for you, it'll come for you. No, you need to go take it. You need to go get it. You need to get up, work hard for it, wake up early, sleep late. You got to put the work in. You don't be lazy. If you want something, get up and get it. And that's what I do. And that's the reason why I have the platform that I have, because I work hard and I'm genuine and I try to help as many people as I can. So that's it.
Amen to that. Yes, Lord. Jesus. She said that. Yeah. Y'all take that knowledge. Take that.
I've been trying to drop gems. You know what I mean?
Yo, gems. Like, yeah, that's a big bucket of win right there. But I'm taking some of that as you were saying. I'm like, oh yes.
Post that content. I tell people, there was a woman that went viral for putting Gorilla Glue on her motherfucking head. If she can go viral and get surgeries done for free and things like that, post that content.
Did you see it's a new one now? The girl put the Gorilla Glue in her eyelash glue. So
they going viral.
They're going viral.
If these people can go viral for doing dumb things, post that content. Even post it. Just don't let it sit in the drafts. Don't keep editing. Don't keep, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next week. You know that commercial with a guy, the old commercial that came on TV is like, you sitting on your couch, you ain't doing nothing, you're a lazy bum. Get up. That's what I am. I post that content. That's how I started, posting content. Post. If you want to be a content creator, if you want to put yourself out there, post that content. Post it. Don't just sit around and think, next week or next month or next year. You don't ever know how much time you got on this planet. Post that content. I'm gonna force you to do it too.
Yes. I felt that. I'm gonna take that. So, y'all, everybody listen out. Make sure y'all wrote that down. If you didn't, record, like, y'all, you just screen record this part of the episode or whatever you got to do, and just play that over and over on repeat. Because I might do that myself. I might have to do it myself. Because she dropped the gems. She dropped some wisdom out there. The gems are out there. You just got to pick them up and take it with you. So, on that note, this is the BearatNight podcast. BlvckBulma. BlvckBulma to everybody. Damn. Just BlvckBulma in the house, dropping gems everywhere. Just pick them up, take them with you, learn something, take it with your life. You know, like all every week I always say, bear it all, be yourself. This is the BearatNight podcast. Thank you, BlvckBulma. We'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Peace.
You are now listening to BearatNight podcast with your host, Jurassic Parker.